So hello and welcome to Fuel Mixologist, the place on the internet thingy where if you hang around long enough you get to see a completed project. And on this episode what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish buttoning up this 6-pack set of carbs. If this is the first video you're watching, if you want to go to the backstory of the channel, and you'll be able to see absolutely everything concerning this restoration, from disassembly, cleaning and all the different components. But now it's time to just actually build it up. So one of the things I do need to say that I think could be a good tip is that, especially when you're building up carbs that are exotic, which these carbs are, they are exotic, it always pays to be very careful and go through the gaskets that you're going to be putting on and making sure that they are the right ones. Why? Because, for example, when I spent about an hour kind of off camera just preparing everything, and I noticed that the outboard carbs basically have a different hole for air correction than a normal Holley carb. This is not another Holley carb. So then I said, oh, does this mean the gasket needs to be different? So I had to kind of do a little adaptation to the gaskets to make sure that it fits. But so those details are quite important in when you are at the point of building the carb. It always pays off to make sure that you've got the right material. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the build process of the outboard carb, so one of the carbs that is not the center one, and then I'll show you the process of the center one, and then I'll show you the full unit. So that's how the video is gonna pan out. Okay, so it's time to start building the first, outboard carb, as I like to call them. And so therefore I'm going to show you kind of the bits that are important for gasket matching in this particular unit, and then I'm going to build this up. So as you can see here, the gasket here needs to match here and here, and as I said before, you've got 1, 2, 3 air correctors in this, and therefore the gasket needs to go like this, 1, 2, 3, match here. If you've got that, then you're ready to put kind of the plate here on top of the gasket, like so. There we go. And then you just secure it with the 6 screws. Okay, once this is nice and tight, we're ready to start mating the body with the base. We've matched the gasket already, so this should be relatively quick. And it's got this kind of locating pins that make the job easier. So there you go, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Now we just need to tighten this up a little bit. So now we're securing the base, and we know. Okay, once this is nice and tight, we're ready to start mating the body with the base. We've matched the gasket already, so this should be relatively quick. And it's got this kind of locating pins that make the job easier. So there you go, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Now we just need to tighten this up a little bit. So now we're securing the base, and we know the base is nice and tight. So what we need to do is we need to put the fuel bowl, which we're going to use this one, and I've got pre-prepared the fuel bowls with the screws. Incidentally, these screws are brand new screws I bought for this build, and in this case the outboard carbs are relatively easy to install the fuel bowls because you don't need to bother about any accelerator pump or anything like that. This just screw in here and it should be relatively quick. Again, the important thing is the matching of the gaskets and make sure you work. Okay, so now we're securing the base, and we know the base is nice and tight. So what we need to do is we need to put the fuel bowl, which we're going to use this one, and I've got pre-prepared the fuel bowls with the screws. Incidentally, these screws are brand new screws I bought for this build, and in this case the outboard carbs are relatively easy to install the fuel bowls because you don't need to bother about any accelerator pump or anything like that. This just screw in here and it should be relatively quick. Again, the important thing is the matching of the gaskets and make sure you're working with the right equipment, and once you do that, everything else is relatively easy. So the final adjustment here, make sure we don't get any fuel leaks, because that could be a problem. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to install this, and it goes, let me find the right position. Yeah, this is absolutely the right position. There we go. But before I do that, what I need to do is I need to put this seal. If you take this out here, it's very important. If you got one of these, it's quite good because they have a sticky surface, and this seal goes there, and this acts as a seal between the body of the carb. So therefore, let's see if we can do it like this. Okay, so let's have a look. The long screws go here, here, short screw here. So I've got it located. So there we go. Now we just need to secure it here with a circlip, and there you go. So this is the first kind of outboard carb done. Okay, so now we are ready. The units are completely built. I'll show you now a bit of a close-up, some details that I had to do. Obviously, you've seen in the previous segment that I did the building up of the primary side of the carb, the center carb as I call it, and that was a pre-standard build. But what you need to do is you need to make sure that you got the opening and closing here which is the fuel bulb bent, so that's a little detail. And also the other detail that I did, you can see it, I put the same fuel inlet for each and every one of them. So now they are consistent in their fuel inlets. So this brings us to the end of not only this episode but of this build as well. The only thing that I have left that it's in back order, is making its way forward through, you know, the stratosphere, is the linkage between these carbs, which I'm going to put a brand new linkage between these two carbs. So when that arrives, this is going to be ready to go. But I think I'm going to kind of shut the video down now. And I want to say thank you for watching so far. Thank you for following the series if you have been following. And I'll see you on the next episode.